some reason, I never have my chart work up on my iPad when I'm doing the analysis, because normally I'll screen record on my iPad. Yeah, normally I'll screen record on my iPad so that I can show the analysis there. But yeah, man, normally like everything's on my, obviously it's the same account, so it's a bit weird that it's not on my my iPad, but it's on my laptop all the time, of course, because that's where I'm actually trading. But yeah, man. First of all, today's Tuesday. Monday, I didn't get involved in the trade. Really and truly, today, I got involved in a scalp here. I missed a sell here. I think it was here. But yeah, man, let's just go through the day, man. Let's just go through the day first and foremost. Yeah, man, I hope everyone's well. Two. So yeah, sorry, just bear with me as I just quickly annotate. Because I remember how my analysis was today. So 1:30. 1:30 is UK time, by the way. It's actually 8:30 New York time, which is what I trade on. But I just like to keep it like the time that I actually trade on, innit? So I just keep it as UK time, which is 1:30 to 9:30, which is the same as 8:30 AM to 4:30 PM New York time. And obviously midnight open is gonna be midnight, about 5 AM UK time. So yeah, so getting into the day, we'll start on, I guess we can start on S&P. To be fair, S&P was the leading index today. Also, essentially, I remember I initially, so cool, going into New York session, obviously I was thinking this was CPI. We already took our buy side of CPI. And to be fair, being in a relatively overbought, not really overbought, I wouldn't say we're overbought, but we have been, like, we could have expected a nice retracement to the downside, in which we did, if that makes sense. So, sorry, I just yawned, sorry. But yeah, so yeah, we took our buy side liquidity going into New York on 30 CPI. Obviously from then on, I was thinking, yeah, we're definitely gonna go to the downside, at least to mitigate this hourly order fair value gap. At least a consequent encouragement of it. We didn't manage to get there. I mean, we did manage to get to the consequent encouragement of it. We even went a bit lower than it. But initially, after that move, I thought we were gonna go a bit lower and then go up, but all good anyway. I took my buy here after I saw I don't know if that was the SMT that I saw, because it was actually a 1 minute SMT. But there was a couple trades today, if I'm honest with you. I missed out on a few of them. So going into Nasdaq, because I was trading on Nasdaq, of course, but obviously the leading index was S&P yesterday before. So we'll go into Nasdaq, 1 minute play, because this is the time frame that you want to be on if you want to catch them trades really and truly. Not even, actually, I take it back. It's not the trade. It's not the platform that you want to be on, or it's not the time frame you want to be on. But it gives you the most opportunities for New York session, of course. Yeah. So here there was an SMT going into the upside. Obviously, this was New York equities open, taking out this sell side liquidity here. And essentially, of course, we're in this 15-minute gap as well. So I was thinking that we're gonna go up and then down today, at least with both of them, essentially. I was thinking we're going to go up. Mitigated that 15-minute fair value gap. We went up. I thought we we're going to at least take this out. We actually fell a bit short of it, which would have caught a few buyers out if they didn't take profits manually. Would have caught a lot of them out. So, yeah, cool. So, again, obviously, there was SMT, bullish SMT going to the upside. You can see here on ES as well. I'm sorry, man. It's a lot sometimes, I'll be real. But, yeah, you can see it here. This was New York open for S&P. Had that bullish S&T to the upside, even though we didn't get as much of a reaction at all as Nasdaq. However, this actually formed bearish S&T to the downside, and let me show you why there was a sell entry here as well for Nasdaq. So there was bearish S&T to the downside as Nasdaq actually broke that high. That's gonna be my last time toggling between S&P and Nasdaq, by the way, because that is annoying. But yeah, this was the bearish S&T to the downside. After we got that bearish S&T, price swept through this 1 minute fair value gap, bullish fair value gap, which, we formed an inversion fair value gap instead as a result of it. So from then on, I was thinking, okay, cool, we could possibly, let's actually, because this is normally my fair value gap, so let's make it orange. Yeah, from there we can possibly go to the downside, at least to these levels, if not to take out this level. I didn't know we're gonna go all the way down, but I don't mind it at the same time. So essentially, at least to this level, we could have went down to. Got a retracement. We're kind of moving a bit slow, but we actually did it in the end. Retraced this relatively sharp retracement, because I would have thought if we were to take out these lows, I wouldn't have wanted to see a retracement like this. I would have wanted to see the momentum be maintained, maybe leave a breakaway gap for us to mitigate and then continue to go to the downside to take out these lows here. This retracement was because S&P took this out. So essentially there was also a buy side SMT here. A lot of opportunities today. But eventually we managed to take it out. Kept on, plummeting to the downside. Going into the higher time frame so you can see the liquidity that we actually took out. And therefore my entry right here. So we went right here. Obviously now we started ranging a little bit on the lower time frames. Just kind of switching between the bears to the bulls at this point to start going up again. I still thought that we were gonna make buy side liquidity here. Actually, to be fair, at this moment I didn't, but I still took an opportunity to buy. So this was my actual buy here on a 1 minute scalping time frames, to be fair. So yeah, as soon as you set that liquidity, there was also SMT right here. Followed by, sorry man, I can't multitask, but yeah, there was also SMT right here, followed by a large, or I guess an impulsive 1 minute candle. That fair value gap entry was literally where, well, as close to where I would have called my entry. And then there was a 15-minute fair value gap that I wanted to take my profits at. This was around to 2, by the way. So I only set 2%. I'm not really only. I caught 2% again today. I haven't caught a big move yet though. Like all now I haven't caught a big move yet, and it was literally around this place as well. So I guess my stop was a bit lower around here. So essentially that was the small move that I made, that I took, because I still thought that maybe, we had potential to go to the downside. We potentially formed our Judas swing high, but we actually made it to the top. We swept through these 15-minute gaps after taking out this sell side liquidity. Did the same thing for ES. When mitigating this 1 hour bullish fair value gap here. So both of these indices had reasons to go to the upside. And normally when it's like that, then I'm saying, like, eventually we're gonna go to the upside. Even though ES wanted to go to mitigate the hourly a bit more, if that makes sense. So ES wanted to mitigate the hourly and didn't really want to retrace back to the upside. But again, that's probably due to the fact that Nasdaq is naturally just more spikeful in price, and it wants to do those big moves anyway. So yeah, man, this was the buy that I took. There was literally opportunity here to take a buy, even though, let's kind of zoom in a bit more if you can. So it would have been here to take out this buy side. Unfortunately, again, we fell short of it, as mentioned before. I think a few people probably took buys around here after we, disrespected this inversion or this fair value gap here. Probably here, definitely. Even me, if I was more focused after, respecting at least respecting this 1 minute order block and then reversing to come back up again, I would have thought, yeah, cool, let's take this buy from around this area. But yeah, and then obviously there was a potential sell here after going straight down through this inverted fair value gap here, this 1 minute inverted fair value gap, to at least these levels here. But if you wanted to be a bit more risk tolerant, you could have taken your profits all the way down here. So that could have given you like a 1 to 3, 1 to 4, depending on where you wanted to enter. Yeah. So yeah, man, this is what happens when you're more, even if you weren't on a scalping time frame today, a buy like this would have been possible, and not even just a scalping buy. Like if you were actually to go to like the 5 minute time frame, you could have possibly been involved in a buy right here. So price comes down. You had a large wick candle to make it that 5 minute fair value gap, and then just go straight back up. It just would have been a thing where you wouldn't have been able to actually take profits to the top here if you expected to, and instead, you would have had to manually just take profits when you see price, I guess, failing. But yeah, man, that was the day today, and it's weird. It's so funny to say, not funny, but it's weird to look at price action like this, and you'd probably think, how, like, what is this? Like, you're in a 5 minute time frame, price is just ranging here, and I'm just going up and down and up and down and up and down. So how are you actually catching these buys? But once you actually understand and proper study price action, you can see them a bit more clearly, especially when you're watching it live and you're kind of anticipating certain things. A lot of the times you might not know, but all you need to really understand is price runs on liquidity. What is the next draw on liquidity? What isn't it? That's all you have to be asking yourself when you're reading price action. What's the next draw on liquidity? Of course, market structure helps the most. Like, for example, if we're heavily bullish, then you should only be looking for targets, buy side liquidity targets, and sell side liquidity for entry, if that makes sense. But even so, provided there's a really good scenario, really good counter trend trade, if there's a good draw on liquidity and there's a good entry for your position, then do your due diligence in taking that. But yeah, man, essentially price is just reading price. We're just reading price action. That's all it is. We're reading price action, reading price action, reading price action. The more you do this, the more you study these charts, the more exposure you get to this, then essentially the better you get as well. I guess the better you get at just like being discretionary in your setup and seeing what may potentially work, and even seeing what might happen next. Yeah, man, like, you will definitely get better at doing it. So yeah, man, happy trading. Keep going, man. Keep going.